Pauli Murray is not the name history reaches for first. History prefers its leaders uncomplicated, its movements clean, its change easy to summarize. Pauli Murray lived where categories overlapped: law and faith, race and gender, principle and consequence. Because of that, she shaped the civil rights movement without ever becoming its face. She was not at the microphone. She was not centered in photographs. She was not preserved in slogans. She was working somewhere quieter. She understood that movements are remembered by voices, but they are sustained by frameworks, by definitions, by footnotes, by language that can survive a courtroom long after a speech has faded. Pauli Murray understood something many were not yet willing to confront. The law is not neutral. It is shaped by those it was written to protect. And when it fails to protect, it fails deliberately. She gave that failure a name: Jane Crow. Not a metaphor, a legal framework, a recognition that discrimination does not move along a single line. Race, sex, class, they intersect, they compound, and the law had been designed not to see that. Pauli Murray insisted that it must, even when the courts were not ready to listen. Pauli Murray moved through the civil rights movement not as a figurehead, but as an architect. She advised organizations, drafted language, wrote arguments leaders would later stand on. She asked questions that unsettled rooms. About women, about exclusion, about who equality had actually been built to serve. This was not impatience, it was foresight. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of justice as a moral force. Pauli Murray gave that force legal structure. Her reasoning shaped how discrimination would be challenged in court. Her ideas appeared in briefs, in opinions, in constitutional interpretation. Sometimes nearly word for word, often without attribution. Progress did not arrive with applause, it arrived quietly. Through citations, through precedent, through arguments that outlived the rooms they were first spoken in. Later in life, Pauli Murray turned toward the church, not away from justice, but deeper into it. She became one of the first black women ordained as an Episcopal priest. For her, law and faith were not separate paths. They were the same question, spoken in different languages. What does justice demand? And who is still waiting to be seen? Pauli Murray did not seek recognition. She sought correction. Change did not arrive all at once. It arrived in pieces, in rulings, in reinterpretations, in language shifted just enough to open a door that had long been sealed. Pauli Murray was not adjacent to the movement. She was foundational. Her thinking shaped the legal ground on which civil rights could stand. She lived between categories history prefers to keep separate. And because of that, she changed the law without ever becoming its headline. Follow when women were wild for women's history and stories. Told and untold, but all unforgettable. This is where they live. In the archive. Documented, undiminished, never forgotten.